ashes to ashes.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat. I want to start this video off with a tweet from Junior. By the way, if you are on Twitter, please be sure to go like my recent posts and also follow me. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to the channel. And you might as well like the video while you're at it. But let's jump into this tweet. Junior says, which fighting game community hates their game the least? And I actually think this is a pretty important question, because when you look across not only the Tekken community, the Street Fighter, the Mortal Kombat, the FGC, when you just look across gaming as a whole, it seems like everyone is upset all the time. And I know devs make mistakes. You have Overwatch 2 getting DDoS. That game is like, you can't get into a queue. It's probably solved by now. You have Tekken. Their update made the walls feel kind of janky. They tried to nerf Akuma, but they couldn't. There's a lot of things to be upset about, but I think people often forget why we fell in love with these games in the first place, right? I think it's important to, yes, critique and hold the devs accountable for making sure the game is functional and things like that, but I don't think we should lose that passion, that spirit, that heart for the game. Currently, right now, if I had to say which game hates their game the least, I probably would say Street Fighter. The Street Fighter community, I see nothing but positivity from them, and possibly because their game is the closest. Street Fighter 6 seems like it's going to be releasing anytime. Tekken 8 probably will be next. Mortal Kombat 12, who knows? And that's what the conversation is going to be about today. So, for those of you who don't know, I'll give you a very brief explanation, because Ed Boon has been playing these Mortal Kombat will they, won't they games for like 2 years now. But 2 years ago, basically Mortal Kombat 11 got chopped. That game was supposed to have DLC and season passes, and it was supposed to be a happily ever after. But they stopped that game very, very short, very, very abruptly. There were some news articles and things that came out saying, one, they stopped it so they could work on another game, and two, that the parent company, Warner Bros., was pushing NRS to be more profitable, right? That's what they were doing, pushing them to make more money. A little bit later, you have Ed Boon doing these news articles, doing these interviews where he's talking about Marvel. He's talking about DC. He's not talking about making a game, but he just keeps mentioning these different franchises' name. And everyone starts to think, okay, you keep mentioning these names. Does that mean Mortal Kombat versus DC? Marvel versus DC? Mortal Kombat versus DC? What are you planning? What are you hinting at? And basically these games just kept on. Now, that pretty much leads us up to today. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Mortal Kombat Mobile is a Mortal Kombat mobile game. And I'm guessing it's doing pretty well because they just announced the Kombat Pass Season 1 and it's coming tomorrow. Major update. Ed Boon also retweeted this. Now, Mortal Kombat mobile fans celebrated, but Mortal Kombat console and PC players, they were like, where is our game? MK12 or Marvel vs. DC, whatever you guys are showing. And I get the hunger, because the Tekken community is the same way. We all want the next generation of fighting games, right? The silence is heartbreaking. This tweet and just Twitter as a whole was being flooded by the Mortal Kombat community with requests, demands, heartbreak, anger. Mortal Kombat was trending for a brief period, right? Ed Boon tweeted out, PSA/FYI. We know a lot of you are excited about the next NRS game announcement, and it will happen in due time. But first, it's all about 30 years of Mortal Kombat. That's what we're going to celebrate and focus on. Our next game will be separate from MK30. This year, it's the 30th anniversary for Mortal Kombat. I also believe it's the 30th anniversary for Street Fighter, it's a lot of anniversaries this year. Tekken is celebrating a lot of things. It's a big year for fighting games, right? But basically with this tweet, he's saying after this year is over, right? After 30 years of Mortal Kombat is over, next year is when we will do an announcement. Next year is when we will show off what we're working on. And also the reason why I think they're doing that too is because right now it's very compact. You have Street Fighter 6 in full force promotion. The beta's starting today. So much is happening. Then you have the Tekken 8 side of things where we're waiting for a trailer. A lot of people think December, a lot of people think maybe sooner. You also have Multiverses, which is another game from Warner Bros. And they really may not want to compete with their own brand like that. Separate these games, space them out a little bit so they both have their chance to breathe and to live on and this and that. So my predictions for when all these things will happen, I think Street Fighter 6 will release in February. Whatever NRS is working on, Mortal Kombat, DC, Marvel, that will be announced at E3. E3 is coming back next year. I think they will announce that at E3, and then Tekken 8 will release, and then we'll get a little bit more information about Mortal Kombat. And depending on their schedule, it either will release at the end of 2023 or at the start of 2024. But that's my prediction for what next year will bring us. So I just want to talk about this tweet from Ed Boon. I know a lot of people are dying to play these games, and I am too. I'm looking forward to all three of them: Street Fighter, Tekken, and Mortal Kombat. So come back to the channel, subscribe. I'm going to be doing updates, keeping you guys posted on what's happening, because there definitely is a lot of happening, and only more and more is going to happen as time goes on, right? All of these companies are really going to ramp up production and start sending out information, right? But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and bye bye.